It's the 1st of December and I have never been so excited because my mum got me this incredible book advent calendar this year, and so the 1st of December means I get to open it, and like I say, literally never been so excited for an advent calendar in my life. So yeah, just to be clear, it's not an ad. This was genuinely a gift from my mum and I'd never actually heard of the company before until now. So it's come in this really, really beautiful box, and every single gift inside is so beautifully wrapped. They are all in lovely red and green paper. Lots of them have ribbons on. They've all got a sticker to say what day to open them. So it isn't all books, but I think there was something smaller here, yeah. So for example, this one's not likely to be a book, but it looks like the majority of them are. So my TBR is about to explode and I'm not mad about that. So it says, an advent of reading. Welcome to your book advent calendar. Inside this box you'll find a selection of books and other treats to enjoy in the run up to Christmas this year. Each one is numbered so they can be opened in order, one each day. We hope you enjoy them and happy reading. Love, the beautiful book company. Okay, so shall we open one? Okay, number one. Here it is. Okay. Oh, I don't want to spoil it, it's so beautiful. I'll try and save the ribbons. Whoever wrapped these is so neat. Ooh, okay. It's Memphis by Tara M. Stringfellow. This was shortlisted or longlisted for the Women's Prize year before last, I think. So that's very exciting. I didn't read it then. It says, I think it's like a family saga, I want to say, set in, I'm going to assume, Memphis. Joan was only a child the last time she visited Memphis. She doesn't remember the bustle of Beale Street or the smell of honeysuckle as she climbs the porch steps to her aunt's house. But when the front door opens, she does remember her cousin Derek. As Joan learns more about her family's past, she discovers she's not the only North woman to have experienced great hurt. But she also sees their resilience and courage, how these extraordinary women fry green tomatoes and braid hair and sing all the while. Joan can't change the past, but she can change her future. It's time to find her own song to sing. Oh my gosh, that sounds incredible. So I think it's a story of women's strength in the face of male violence and abuse and family. And I love that there's a reference to singing in here. I've just been kind of reflecting on that. I go to a singing group on a Thursday, which is very low key and not like massively professional or anything. It's yeah, we go and have a good time and we sing together. But we did perform our Christmas light switch on in town on Friday, and we actually did really well. Everybody was so proud of each other, and there's just I just feel there's just real magic when women sing together. So it's really poignant and lovely that that's the theme in this book too. So that's day one. Happy Advent, and I'll see you again when I'm ready to open day number 2. Hello, happy 2nd of December. I am diving in to find day number 2 of the Advent calendar, which appears to be well hidden. 6. Might need to get them all out. Oh no. Well, they're never going back in the way they were now. Aha! Gotcha. Day number 2. Okay, day 2. Let's see what we've got. Definitely another book. I should save this paper, shouldn't I? Oh, it's The Waves by Virginia Woolf. Oh, how fantastic. I don't have this. The Waves is an astonishingly beautiful and poetic novel. It begins with 6 children playing in a garden by the sea and follows their lives as they grow up and experience friendship, love and grief at the death of their beloved friend Percival. Regarded by many as her greatest work, The Waves is also seen as Virginia Woolf's response to the loss of her brother Toby, who died when he was 26. Ah, super! So that's The Waves by Virginia Woolf, day number 2. Good morning, it is the 3rd of December. Am I running a little bit late for work? Yes. Can I wait until after work to open today's parcel? Nope. So here we are, this is number 3. This is a very slim gym. Let's see. Ooh, okay. God, I'll try not to make that noise every time I open a book. It's a book journal. I haven't had one of these. Lush, look at this. It's got pages for reviews, quotes to remember in the back. I love it. Ah! Oh, how lovely. That's really super. Have a great tea. It's the 4th of December. Oh, hello, Samuel. Someone's coming to help. I am going to dig in and find package number 4. It's going to be well hidden, isn't it? 6. Gotcha. It's a book. Yay. I know what this is. What is it? You gonna help? I need your help. Good boy. Yes, good boy. That's it, thank you. It's Lanny by Max Porter. I have read this. Do I have a copy? I'm not sure. I'd be happy to keep it if I haven't got my own copy, because I loved it. It was really fantastic. It's kind of magical realism about a little boy living in a small community. There's a Papa Toothwort. Papa Toothwort is like a folk mystical figure from the woods. Lanny goes missing. It's about his mum and dad, who have a really interesting dynamic of a relationship, and I think there's an art teacher who kind of mentors Lanny, so they're all really worried about him when he goes missing. And then you have this almost chorus like presence of the villagers and their kind of collective voice. It was really, really super. Loved Lanny. Do you know, I have to say I was a little bit anxious that the books in here were going to be full of genre fiction, but they're not. They're all like really genuinely books that I would pick up and read, or in this case have read. How wonderful. Super. So that's woo, day number 4. Hello, it is the 6th of December today. Without boring you with my tale of woe, it's been a bit of a week and yesterday was a bit of a day, so I have 2 parcels to open today because I didn't open one yesterday. So I thought that I might try and open it slowly and see if I can guess. If you can hear that beeping noise in the background, that is the sound of my car being towed away, just to give you a flavour of what my week's been like. Anyway, enough of that. So I'm going to open little by little and see if I can guess what the book is. This might not be a good idea to do it on this because this is a very, very teeny tiny book, so may not be a book, perhaps it's a notebook or something, and this parcel is not a book, but let's do a bit of guessing, just for fun. Okay, so day number 5. Can I see? Okay, brief interruption. We also have family stuff going on, so just having a little update about that. So anyway, back to the important stuff, and let's see if I can open it corner by corner. Okay, I'm starting with the bottom right corner. Okay, it's a book, it's a penguin, and there's a Z in the author's title. Is it the Jojo Rabbit book? The Hitler Stole My Rabbit? No. Not even close. Chronicle of Death Foretold by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. That's cool. It's very small. This would be perfect for Shorty September next year. It is a mere 122 pages. I haven't actually read any Gabriel Garcia Marquez, but Gabriel Garcia Marquez, but I would be keen to. So what does it say? Santiago Nassar was brutally murdered in a small town by two brothers. All the townspeople knew it was going to happen, including the victim, but nobody did anything to prevent it. 27 years later, an unnamed man arrives in town to try to piece together the truth from the contradictory testimonies of the townsfolk. What happened to Santiago, he asks, and whose hands bear his blood? A novella of deep power and moral weight, and shot through with Marquez's characteristic inventiveness. Chronicle of a Death Foretold is a detective tale like no other. That sounds absolutely superb. Fantastic. And it has a mushroom on the cover. If you are watching this, Sophie, the mushroom is for you. Okay, so that's our book. Let's see what's in day 6. So this is today. I want to, it's kind of soft. I want to say there's socks in here, but there's also like a cardboard something. Yeah, let's see. Ooh. It's coffee. Oh, how lovely. From Pact. Oh, that's so nice. It's their house coffee. It's got hints of milk chocolate, dark roast, grown by multiple. That's absolutely gorgeous. What a lovely thing to include. Fantastic. So I can treat myself to a really lovely coffee now. I don't think I've got any fresh coffee on the go, so that will be a real treat. So we're on day 6, almost done a whole week, and there have been no duds. I mean, how fantastic is that? I will see you tomorrow. It is day 7. I am ready to open another Advent book. It is a book today. It's so lovely. Look at this wrapping. So nice. It is really feeling like such a treat. Open these every day. You can see Sam in the background. He's feeling very sorry for himself because he's got a very poorly stomach. The joys of dog owning. Okay, day 7. Right, try and get round the right way. I'll try and do a bit of a slow reveal again and see if I can guess the book. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a Toni Morrison. It's a Toni Morrison. It says, I think it's going to say from the author of Beloved, so it's not that one, which is good because that's the only Toni Morrison that I own and have read. Is Sula a purple cover? Yes! Ding, 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 ding. Oh, it's really beautiful. So I have Sula by Toni Morrison, and another absolutely stonking choice. As young girls, Nell and Sula shared each other's secrets and dreams in the poor black Midwest of their childhood. Then Sula ran away to live her dreams and Nell got married. 10 years later, Sula returns and no one, least of all Nell, trusts her. Sula is a story of fear, the fear that traps us, justifying itself through perpetual myth and legend. Cast as a witch by the people who resent her strength, Sula is a woman of uncompromising power, a wayward force who challenges the smallness of a world that tries to hold her down. Fantastic. Shorter than I was expecting. Oh, it's a lot shorter than I was expecting. 174 pages. Great. I've heard only good things about this. I confess I didn't love Beloved, but I have seen lots of people who felt similarly about Beloved really enjoy this. So yeah, so I'm dead keen to give this a go. Happy days. just so that this doesn't get repetitive, I may insert some footage of some Christmassy bits that I'm doing throughout November. This isn't going to be a linear vlog at all, but I'm just conscious that every clip is going to be me doing the same thing and reading a new book to you, which could be a bit tedious. So perhaps at the 7-day mark, so after this, I might insert some little bits of footage of some of the Christmassy activities that I have been and will be getting up to throughout December, just to break things up a little bit. All right, I will see you tomorrow. It's everywhere I go. It's everywhere I go. If you really love Christmas, come on and let it snow. Come on and let it snow. All on your knees. Oh, hear the angels' voices, oh, nice, divine, oh, nice, that Christ was born, oh, holy, nice, divine. Day 8, let's go. It's a sparkly paper. Okay. Ooh. It's won some sort of prize for fiction. Go for the bottom corner if I can. Oh, Unsettled Ground by Claire Fuller. I've never heard of this. When you live on the edge of society, it only takes one step to fall between the cracks. Jeannie and Julius have always been different from other people. At 51 years old, oh, I love an older protagonist, the twins still live with their mother, Dot, in her isolated ramshackle cottage, making music and growing and sometimes killing everything they need for sustenance. But when Dot dies, suddenly threats to their livelihood start raining down. Desperate to preserve their small sanctuary against the perils of the outside world, Jeannie and Julius find themselves pushed further to the margins as their mother's secrets begin to unravel, putting everything they thought they knew about their lives at stake. God, that sounds absolutely fantastic. How have I never heard of this before? Shortlisted, oh, it's shortlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction at some point. Costa Book Awards 2020 winner 2021. Fab. That sounds super. Yay! Another great hit! Happy 9th of December. Does it help, son? You going to come and help? Come on then. Good boy. Don't know if you even saw that. Oh, okay, we have a bottom corner that looks like this. Don't recognise that so far. The Railway Man by Eric Lomax. The passion for trains and railways is, I have been told, incurable. I have also learned that there is no cure for torture. This is going to be something very sad, isn't it? This is the story of innocence betrayed, of passion and curiosity about the world of machines turned nightmarish and punished by the cruelty of which only humans are capable. It's also a story of survival and courage. Eric Lomax was tortured by the Japanese on the Burma-Siam Railway. 50 years later, he met one of his tormentors. Oh my God. So I'm assuming this is memoir. Oh wow, that sounds incredibly powerful. The Railway Man by Eric Lomax. Morning, day 10. I'm rushing before I head off to work. I've got this dinky little thing to open today, so I'm thinking this won't be a book. Maybe a magnet? Oh, even better. A teeny weeny chocolate bar. Perfect. We love a reading snack. Hello, it is the 11th of December. It is a work from home day and I am on my lunch break. So I'm diving into my box of goodies. Look at this beauty today. She's so pretty. Okay, let's see what number 11 has in store. Okay, definitely a book. Let's do our corner. Oh, she's yellow. Interesting. Let's see if we can go for the other corner. Oh, blue. Ah! Portrait of a Thief by Grace D. Lee. This was how things began. Boston on the cusp of fall. The Sackler Museum robbed of 23 pieces of priceless Chinese art. Even in this back room, dust catching the slant of golden late afternoon light, Will could hear the sirens. They sounded like a promise. Will Chen is an art history student at Harvard, selected by the mysterious Chinese corporation to reclaim 5 priceless sculptures from Western museums and galleries. He puts together a crew of fellow students to pull off this heist of a lifetime. But they aren't exactly experienced criminals. Each has their own complicated relationship with China and the identities they've cultivated as Chinese Americans. But they all want the same thing, 10 million each in reward cash and the chance to make history. That sounds so good. I do recognise that cover, but I don't recognise the blurb, but it sounds really wonderful. I'll really look forward to reading that. That could be a really good Christmas read, actually. Oh, tiny font though. Oh, The Portrait of a Thief. Hello, it is December the 13th. Yesterday was a bit of a write-off, so I have 2 books to open today, 12 and 13. So let's go chronological order. This is a nice slim paperback. Okay, something that looks maybe a bit like a clock peeping through the paper there. Orange palette. Definitely clocks. Don't recognise that cover at all. It is The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. Oh, fantastic. I haven't read this. So this is a classic. At first, the far future looks like an enchanting place to the time traveller. The graceful Aloy appear to embody contentment, beauty and peace. And the Eden they live in seems to be free of suffering. But he soon comes to understand that Aloy are fragile creatures, desperately afraid of the dark, and with good reason, for the Morlocks live in the dark, and the Morlocks are to be feared. And the time traveller must venture into their subterranean world to find his way back to his own era. Oh, fab. I would love to read that. That's another fantastic addition to our calendar. I'm rushing a little bit and I'm wearing this because I'm on my way to sing with my singing group at some Christmas something. I don't really know where I'm going. I've kind of got an idea of an address. I don't know what the gig is. I think I know what I'm singing, but yeah, that's why I'm rushing. Okay, so number 13 is a hardback, but still quite a skinny one. Let's see. Oh, it looks like a sky in the bottom. I'm thinking, what's that book like? Nobody's Talking About This or something like that, maybe. Yes, it is. No one is talking about this. I got it right, hooray! I was starting to think like maybe I shouldn't be guessing these because I'm doing a really crap job of it, but yay, I got one right. Fantastic. I haven't read this, but I'm really interested too. This is on my wish list. Super, I hadn't realised it was so short. Even better. And it's very vignette-y by the look of it. It's so beautiful. Look at that rainbow. A woman known for her viral social media posts travels the world speaking to her adoring fans, her entire existence overwhelmed by the internet, or what she terms the portal. Are we in hell? The people of the portal ask themselves. Are we all just to keep doing this until we die? Suddenly, 2 texts from her mother pierce the fray. Something has gone wrong, and how soon can you get here? As real life and its stakes collide,
With the increasing absurdity of the portal, the woman confronts a world that she seems to contain both an abundance of proof that there is goodness, empathy and justice in the universe, and a deluge of evidence to the contrary. It says it's irreverent and sincere, poignant and delightful, profane. No One Is Talking About This is at once a love letter to the infinite scroll and a meditation on love, language and human connection from one of the most original voices of our time. Oh, that sounds really delightful. I'm very excited to get to this. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully after I have successfully found where I'm meant to be singing and done that.
I'm here with a real quick open because I am on my way to our singing group's Christmas do. Very exciting. I haven't filmed earlier today because I have been in my dressing gown all day until now, but here we are. Okay, day number 14. Oh, yeah, I don't recognise that at all, but it's very pretty. The Dubliners by James Joyce, not read. Very small text, please, please publishers, my eyes, my poor eyes. Ooh, this might be a Christmas read. Snow was general all over Ireland. It was falling on every part of the dark central plain, on the treeless hills, falling softly upon the bog of Allen, and farther westward, softly falling into the dark, mutinous Shannon waves. From a child grappling with the death of a fallen priest, to a young woman's dilemma over whether to elope to Argentina with her lover, to the dance party at which a man discovers just how little he really knows about his wife. These 15 stories bring the gritty realism of existence in Joyce's native Dublin to life. Fantastic. A short story collection. Super. I will see you tomorrow. Probably quite hungover. You have a slightly hungover Kerry on December the 15th. We had a lovely time last night, but I rather sensibly stuck to gin, which I can basically drink like squash, so I'm okay this morning. I did have my first baby Guinness, which was very nice. And what's the other thing that I like? Oh, a tequila rose. But otherwise, stuck to the gin, and so I'm feeling tired, but yeah, not completely frazzled today. And we're going for like a big family lunch and afternoon tea, and I don't know. It's a big family day, so I'm glad I'm not feeling too rough. Anyway, shut up, Kerry. It's time to open day 15. I'm getting the ribbon. Okay, it's a chunkier book. I think it's Eileen. Atesha Mosh. I was just saying, I'm feeling great. Oh, Atessa Moshfegh. No. 16 Horses. Oh, this is a crime by Greg Buchanan. A terrible discovery is made near the dying seaside town of Ilmarsh when Detective Alec Nichols and forensic vet Cooper Allen are summoned to investigate. They find a crime scene like no other, for 16 horses' heads have been found, each buried with an eye facing the low winter sun. In the dark days of their investigation, the town slipped into panic and paranoia. Anyone could be a suspect, and as Alex struggles to find a motive, more mysterious events begin to occur, and all signs are pointing to something deadly lurking in the ground itself. Interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. This is the first one that I've opened on day 15, which I think is pretty good going, where I'm not sure that's my jam. But I can think of plenty of people that I could pass that on to. I think the combination of it being a crime book, which I don't mind occasionally, and the animal cruelty aspect. I mean, if this is I wonder if this is a series and it's a detective teamed up with a forensic vet. That's quite a niche job, isn't it, forensic vet? That might be a bit of a kind of theme. I'm not sure that one's for me, but like I say, I can think of plenty of people that would potentially really appreciate and enjoy that. So that's probably one, and the first one I will be passing on. I'll see you tomorrow. Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Monday the 16th of December. You can also
Hello.
say things like follow Chelsea FC to get updates about your favourite teams.
Okay, thank you. Hello. I wasn't sure of the date, and we are on, oops daisy, I've just broken into one that I'm not meant to have opened yet. It's the 15th apparently. I should know this because I have been at an appointment this morning, which I've been waiting for a year. So that was exciting. Is it this one? I seem to have buried the 15th really successfully. Where are we? Okay, that's the 16th, 21, 24. I already opened the 15th. I'm back. It's not the 15th. That was yesterday. It is Monday the 16th of December. And I have found the 16th. Hang on, let me tidy up the mess that I have now made. There. Put that on there. Okay, we have found the 16th, which is today, and we have another book. Da, 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 da. Okay, we have Green Corner and the letter S. Somebody Reese. And it's blurbed by Rachel Hoare. No idea. Okay, The Rose Garden by Tracy Reese. That's a beautiful cover. I love this colour combo of like a really bright red and this kind of tealy colour. This kind of tealy colour. That's a great colour combo. I've never heard of this. We're in 1895 in Hampstead, London. Olive Westallen lives a privileged if rather lonely life in her family's grand Hampstead home. Nice. But she has radical plans for the future of her family, plans that will shock the high society world she inhabits. For her new neighbour, 12-year-old Ottilie Finch, London is an exciting playground to explore. Her family have recently arrived from Durham under a cloud of scandal that Ottie is blissfully unaware of. The only shadow over her days is her mother's mysterious illness, which keeps her to her room. When Mabs is offered the chance to become Mrs. Finch's companion, it saves her from a desperate life on the canals. Little does she know that all is not as picture perfect as it seems. Mabs is about to become tangled in the secrets that chase the Finches from their last home and trapped in an impossible dilemma. It's a absorbing and moving novel, perfect for fans of Dinah Jeffries and Lucinda Riley. Don't recognise any of those authors, but I suspect they're perhaps historical fiction. But that sounds rather lovely. I like narrators that are young. So we've got little Ottilie who's 12. And a bit of a kind of family mystery, and it looks like we're following 3 different women, girls. That sounds pretty great. The Rose Garden by Tracy Reese. Hello friends, it's the 18th today, so I have missed a day, which means I have 2 books to open. Yesterday was lovely. It was, well, yesterday was a long day in work, and then we had sort of semi-leaving drinks, so I'm changing teams in the new year, so those of us who are changing teams had a sort of half leaving drinks, which was really nice. I'm feeling quite tired and quite social batteried out. I'm really looking forward to not having very much on this weekend. Anyway, what am I on about? 17th, you're just here for the books. Shut up, Kerry. Tell us what books you've got. Okay, so 17th we are opening. It's fairly chunky. Oh, okay. Oh, it has won the Women's Prize in 2016. It's got a very bright orange cover, and the bit of the blurb I can see says it's hilarious.
I don't even know what this will be. 2016. The Glorious Heresies by Lisa McInerney. I'll just stop. Glorious Heresies. Maureen didn't mean to kill a man. Great start to a blurb. But what can a poor dear do when she's surprised by an intruder and has only a holy stone to hand? Lucky that she's just reconnected with her estranged son Jimmy, because as the most feared gangster in Cork, he certainly has the tools to sort out the mess. That sounds absolutely brilliant. I don't recognise this book at all, but it sounds fantastic. It's a gripping and often riotously funny tale. Super. That's going to be really high on my TBR. Okay, and next up, number 18, we have The Canterville Ghost and the Happy Prince and Other Stories. So it's a short story collection by Oscar Wilde. I've never read any of his short stories, but would very much like to. When Mr. and Mrs. Otis Virginia Washington and the young twins move into Canterville Chase, they are warned about the spectre of Sir Simon that haunts the old house. Bloodstains, strange apparitions and clanking chains seem to prove his existence, but with gleeful American practicality, the Otises simply offer Tamay Rising Sun lubricator to oil Sir Simon's chains and Pinkerton's champion stain remover for the blood on the carpet. Defeated by a family that refuses to be haunted, Sir Simon seems cursed to future centuries of unrest, but the Otis family may in fact turn out to be his saviours. This edition also contains further stories from Lord Arthur Savile's Crime and A House of Pomegranates, among others. That sounds super. So those are today's books, The Glorious Heresies and Oscar Wilde's short story collection. Look at these lovely colours, super bright. Okay, I will maybe see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's another long day. Thursday is the difficult days. Maybe see you tomorrow, maybe see you Friday. As predicted, yesterday was bonkers, and so I have 2 books to open today, starting with number 19. The dogs are very anxious to get out for a WALK, so if you hear padding about, that's what's going on. Okay. This is what I see so far. Is that a letter or is that part of the Y? I don't recognise it. I give in. Payday by Celia Walden. They all wanted to destroy him, but which one killed him? Late one night, 3 women share secrets. They barely know each other, but they all know Jamie Lawrence. They know what he's guilty of. They agree something must be done, but as their plan spirals out of control, they begin to doubt themselves and each other. Then Jamie is found dead. Suddenly, everything is at stake. As lies are unravelled and truths exposed, 2 urgent questions emerge. Who is really guilty and who will have to pay? That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I'd give that a go. And number 20 is A Ribbon Day. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. Can you believe number 20? Today is my first day off. So, or rather yesterday was my last day at work for 2025, sadly. Oh, this looks familiar. No, it doesn't. Oh, Migrations! Yes, it does! By Charlotte McConaughey. Fantastic! Okay, I'm pretty sure this is on my wish list.
Franny Stone is determined to go to the end of the earth following the last of the Arctic terns on what may be their final migration to Antarctica. So she talks her way onto one of the few remaining boats heading south. But as she and the eccentric crew travel further from shore and safety, the dark secrets of Franny's life begin to unspool. Haunted by love and violence, Franny must confront what she is really running towards and from. Now that sounds absolutely super. That's right up my street. Oh God. Tiny, tiny font. Why? Tiny font. Some of us are old. We need help reading these books. But it sounds super. I'm going to say 80% sure that that's already on my wish list. It's blurred by Emily St. John Mandel. Very cool. So another 2 super books, and we're on to the final straight. So what are we on, 20th? I think I go up to the 24th. I don't think there's a 25th. Yeah, so my last book will be the 24th, I'm pretty sure. We're nearly there. We're going to see some Christmas lights tonight, so we'll be very festive. And I will, yeah, see you tomorrow with another book. Happy 21st of December. It is the last Saturday before Christmas and I'm feeling like living on the edge, and I'm going to go to M&S. It's going to be wild out there, but I want to go and get party food and treats and nice stuff. So let's open this, and then I'm going to throw myself into the wild west that is M&S on the last Saturday before Christmas. So we're on day number 21. Let's see, she's a bit chunky, 300-400 pages I reckon. Oh, okay. Out of Her Depth, Drowning in Lies by Lizzie Barber. Let's see what this is about. In the lush green hills beyond Florence sits the Villa Medici, a graceful pension surrounded by manicured gardens. Rachel, a college student from an outer London suburb, can't believe her luck in landing a summer job here, especially when she's drawn into a circle of privileged young sophisticates, including her glamorous co-worker Diana, who promises to help Rachel win the affections of handsome, confident Sebastian. But as champagne flows and rivalries fester in the Tuscan countryside, Rachel realises that Diana has motivations of her own. Adrift in a world of backstabbing and bed-hopping, lavish parties and easy betrayal, Rachel feels the stakes rising, along with the temperatures, until one night something snaps, someone dies, and nothing will ever be the same. That sounds like a really super summer read, doesn't it? Great! Out of Her Depth by Lizzie Barber. Wish me luck. Folks, we are on the home straight. It's very nearly Christmas. It is the 22nd of December. Let's see what today has in store. Okay, we've got a tree, a blue sky, there's a sunset and a beach. Any guesses? I got nothing. The Only Child by Kate Nunn. Okay, let's see. Oh, dual timeline. Okay. 1949, it is the coldest winter Orcades Island has ever known when a pregnant 16-year-old arrives at Fairmile, a home for fallen women run by the Catholic Church. She and her baby will disappear before the snow melts. Oh, it's not a beach. That's like, that doesn't sound very beachy. It's not a beach.
And then 2013, Frankie Gray has come to the island for the summer, hoping for one last shot at reconnecting with her teenage daughter Izzy before starting a job as a deputy sheriff. They are staying with her mother Diana at the Fairmile Inn, soon to be a boutique hotel. But when an elderly nun is found dead in suspicious circumstances and then a tiny skeleton is discovered in the grounds of the house, Frankie is desperate for answers. Okay, sounds like a pretty great thriller. That is The Only Child by Kate Nunn. See you tomorrow. It's the last but one day, 23. I'm feeling a bit sad about this. I'm obviously not sad about opening the book this morning, but do you recognise this? I don't. Maybe it's a working translation. That would be lovely. It's not. Oh, fab. It's a John Wyndham. Oh, I should have recognised that actually. The artwork on John Wyndham books is often pretty similar. It's the Kraken Wakes. Yeah, you can see there, those are the other covers. It's kind of distinctive artwork. Okay, let's see what this one is about. Obviously I've heard of The Day of the Triffids. I'm not familiar with the plot for this one. It started with fireballs raining down from the sky and crashing into the ocean's deeps. Then ships began sinking mysteriously and later sea tanks emerged from the depths to claim people. For journalists Mike and Phyllis Watson, what at first appears to be a curiosity becomes a global calamity. Helpless, they watch as humanity struggles to survive now that water, one of the compounds upon which life depends, is turned against us. Finally, sea levels begin their inexorable rise and the world looks set to drown. The Kraken Wakes is a brilliant novel on how humankind responds to the threat of its own extinction and ultimately asks, what are we prepared to do in order to survive? That sounds pretty timely, doesn't it? Fantastic. I mean, it's so interesting, isn't it? This was written 1953. First published in 1953, and yet it sounds so timely. I will see you tomorrow for our very last book opening, well, our very last Advent book opening for this year. Happy Christmas Eve! We're here! Final day of Advent! I am madly wrapping. I've actually been super organised. I finished my Christmas shopping super early and everything was wrapped, everything was organised, and my brother decided at short notice to come home and surprise my mum and dad and come home for Christmas, which he wasn't planning to do, which is lovely, and it's going to be really lovely. He's driving back from London today. They're going to be super excited. However, that means that my mum won't have prepared some of the things that she would normally like to do. So my brother and his friend are coming today, so I was like, we need Santa sacks, we need like stocking fillers, we need cracker presents, we need... Anyway, it's all good. It's lovely. It's nice to kind of like have to pop out and enjoy a bit of Christmas cheer on Christmas Eve. It hasn't been like crazy busy. So that's what I've been doing. Anyway, waffle over. It's time to open our last book. It's a large floppy paperback, I think. Day 24 of our bookish advent. Here goes. Okay. I'm gonna guess a Celeste Ng. Maybe. Yes. Our Missing Heart by Celeste Ng. Super. I haven't read this, but would really, really love to. So, 12-year-old bird gardener lives a quiet... Brennan. Sorry, Brennan's just diving into a bag of presents. He's about to knock the camera. Could you go and lie down, please, puppy? Go and lie down. Go on your bed. On your bed. Good boy. Okay, let's try again. 12-year-old, a bird gardener, lives a quiet existence with his loving but broken father, a former linguist who now shelves books in Harvard's library. He knows not to ask too many questions, stand out too much, stray too far. For a decade, their lives have been governed by laws written to preserve American culture in the wake of years of economic instability and violence. To keep the peace and restore prosperity, the authorities are now allowed to relocate children of descendants, especially those of Asian origin, and libraries have been forced to remove books seen as unpatriotic, including the work of Bird's mother, Margaret, a Chinese-American poet who left the family when he was 9 years old. Bird has grown up disavowing his mother and her poems. He doesn't know her work or what happened to her, and when he knows he shouldn't wonder, But when he receives a mysterious letter containing only a cryptic drawing, he is drawn into a quest to find her. His journey will take him through the many folk tales she poured into his head as a child, through the ranks of an underground network of librarians, into the lives of children who have been taken, and finally to New York, where a new act of defiance may be the beginning of a much-needed change. Wow. That sounds absolutely superb. What a way to finish our Advent with Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Ng. That's it. We have made it. We have a giant box of really, really super books. I am absolutely delighted with all of the books that I've got in this calendar. My TBR is enormous now. And I'm not mad about it. So all that remains to say is that I wish you a really restful winter break and a Christmas day full of good cheer and good food and good company, whatever that looks like for you. But I wish you, from my heart to yours, a very, very Merry Christmas. I'll see you again in the next video.